Hey guys, it's Manga Tama here, and today I wanted to do a different type of video. The world is very chaotic right now, and especially in California with the orange skies, and I really just wanted to sit down and provide a relaxing video for you guys. So here is a quick before shot of my shelf, and as you guys can see, I do have a lot to work off because I've just been collecting but not really organizing. So that's what we're going to focus on doing today, and this is supposed to be a very relaxing video, something that you can put on while you're cooking, doing homework, I don't know, just as background music, noise. Yeah, so hope you guys are not too stressed out, and I hope this video is somewhat relaxing to some of you. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll be talking a bit throughout this video based on what I'm doing and yeah, basically what my process is for organizing. And I know that my voice is the literal definition of trying not to wake your parents up at 2 a.m. and that's kind of the vibe right now. It's 1 a.m. as I'm recording this, so yeah, sorry for the really light whispering. But anyways, so as I'm getting started here on organizing, I'm starting off with the very top shelf, which also happens to be the smallest one in terms of height. And so I think I will be putting all of my Japanese volumes on this top shelf just to consolidate space and make it look better. And so previously, from when I first got this bookshelf, I actually already organized this top shelf, so I don't really need to do too much to this one. It's just the second bookshelf and literally every other shelf that needs work, so yeah. As for the order in which I place my books, my first master plan was to do it alphabetically, but then I realized that a lot of the differing heights of each of the volumes kind of bothered me, and so I ended up kind of not sticking to the alphabetical rule. But as you guys can see later on in the video, I do try my best to stay to that, so it's more organized looking, but there are many times where I do stray off of that path, say with larger volumes like VisBigs or my hardcovers, or when I'm trying to keep a series together in one shelf instead of separating on two different shelves. So here I've moved on to my second bookcase, the top shelf, and again, like the first bookcase, I'm going to be putting my Japanese volumes up here because it just happens to be the perfect size. So here I am struggling to decide what series to put in front of another, what series to put together, and since I have so many Japanese volumes, I do have to double stack horizontally, if you know what I mean. So I'm also deciding what series to put in the front versus the back. And as you guys can see multiple times throughout the video, I will be removing and placing books all over the place as I'm very indecisive, so I constantly keep switching things up. But I think that's the beauty of things. It's your bookshelf, it's your collection. You get to choose how you want to display it and what best way you think they should go. And I think that you can always change it up. So perhaps I won't like the way I organize this in a couple months and I will be changing it up again. Oh, and also I wanted to point out, sorry for those of you who have noticed the weird, awkward, tall volume in the middle of this bookshelf. The slipcover was slightly higher than the volume itself, and I didn't realize this because my head is higher than the camera position, so I wasn't able to see that it wasn't level or the slipcover wasn't correct placed on the volume, so I really do apologize. it's going to be like this for the entire video. But don't worry, as I'm editing this, I quickly already rushed over to my bookshelf and fixed it. After finishing the top shelf on my second bookshelf, I decided to move back to the first bookshelf. I decided to double stack some volumes here because I had a lot of extra Japanese volumes. And so here I'm just putting some series that I really love over here in front of City Hunter. I'm sorry, City Hunter, but for now these shoujo mangas are going to cover them up for a bit. And at the end right here, I'm going to put in a very cute Hello Kitty book stand so my books don't keep falling over. Moving on to the middle tier of my first bookshelf, here is where all my English volumes will start stacking up. And as you can see, it's very overcrowded right now because this shelf is basically where I stick everything extra that I have, so I will definitely be cleaning this part up and making it a bit more organized. So I'm starting off by just taking off everything that I've stacked on top of the original layer. And at this point, I realized that this is actually where most of my Shonen Jump volumes are. So I decided to just keep it that way and remove some of my non-Shonen Jump volumes like Sailor Moon. Alright, moving on to the middle tier in my second bookshelf, and again I've piled a bunch of random volumes here, so I'm taking it all out and clearing the space up so I can start lining up some more Shonen Jump volumes. Initially, I wanted to save some space in front of my Kaguya-sama volumes since I only have 9 through I think 14 right now, and the rest of the volumes are coming in soon, so I wanted to leave space for that. But then I decided not to, and I decided that that would be a later problem to conquer. So for now, I am scooting all the volumes all the way up to the left and using this shelf to fill my One Punch Man and some other miscellaneous volumes. here we are finally at the last bottom shelf of my second bookshelf. And sorry for the weird order of things. When I was filming this, I was just going with the flow. And so here I wanted to put my Bizbigs and other volumes that were the same size as Bizbigs, such as Kakegurui. And so it was really satisfying to put the Bizbigs separate from the normal volumes because they are a different size, and a lot of the larger volumes from other publishers are the same size as Bizbigs as well. So yeah, it was really nice to put all of these together. Last bottom shelf of my first bookshelf, and here is where I put all of my hardcovers, as you can see from here, and the really large volumes. So yeah, here I'm putting it in height order, and then after the height in alphabetical order, and in the extra space in front I just put a couple miscellaneous volumes. Alright, this is the last part that we need to organize, and sorry, I'm losing my voice. I've been talking for a while today. But anyways, so here I am kind of just removing everything that I've been layering on top, and I just want a single layer of books lining the top of my bookshelf. So here I'm just moving a couple volumes around and adjusting everything. Here I did not follow any particular order. I don't even think I followed alphabetical, so yeah, it was really just random. And I realized later on that most of the series that I put on top of my bookshelf are older shoujo series. I'm not really sure how that worked itself out, but it's kind of organized now. At the last minute, I decided to switch some volumes around just to make everything kind of neater because Black Clover was on the other side, on the other bookshelf, but I wanted to move it to the first bookshelf to keep it more alphabetical. Alright, so I finished organizing and I'm kind of satisfied with how it turned out. I mean, it looks so much neater than the way it did before. And so I think this was a very relaxing and productive time. And I really hope that it was relaxing for you guys to watch and follow along maybe if you guys need to do some organizing as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for keeping me company as I organized my bookshelf. This was very therapeutic. And I hope you guys all have a really great day, a fabulous day. And I hope to see you guys all very soon in my next video. Bye!